you better come in. It's just ability, that reason that we're so thin. Living and dying, and the stories that are true. Sequel to a collapse, knowing when you're through. Black coat, white shoes, red hair, Cadillac, yeah. The boys are time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, red hair, Cadillac, yeah. The boys are time bomb.
Hello and welcome to Happy Hour. Today is a Friday night, 6:12 p.m. We have 7:18 p.m. Sorry, June 12th. We have a happy birthday announced. We have Zeke joining us from Monterey. Zeke, how are you doing? Happy birthday, brother.
Doing good. We're having a good time, man.
Thank you. Good to see you. Good to see you enjoying for your birthday. That's a precious thing to do.
Cheers.
How are you doing?
We're on the pier right now. I'm actually on a pier.
Okay, enjoy. That's awesome. To quickly go into it, guys, happy birthday, Zeke. A lot of things have happened. We have some digital marketing news coming, Google Currents. So that's something new to read about. We have US University, that's, digital marketing, some nice backlinks. Tech companies join the movement. And then we have here our UX UI expert, meet our Jenny Hall, very hardworking, talented team member. And Yoast Me Don't Roast Me podcast with, Mr. Greg and our precious client, attorney Karim Faraji. And then we have client of the week, Bala Hamida, with testimonials. So everything is good. Let's go to Greg. Greg, how was this interview?
Captain's plate. Thank you so much.
How did it go?
Cheers.
Put on headphones now. Yes.
Okay, let's mute them quickly. Okay, Greg. So how was this interview?
Oh, it was great. For one thing, just now in this moment, just put the headphones on. I realized I'm wearing the same shirt and headphones in this interview. It was great because every time I talk to any of our clients, I genuinely learned something I did not know. And the main thing for me that I took away from this podcast that I think would be really beneficial to, or anyone listening to this, and whether they're business owners or just, regular folks getting by, is that, like, before you talk to a bankruptcy attorney, there are so many other actions you could potentially take. Like, one thing Corinne says in this interview, I mean, not to spoil it for people, it's certainly worth checking out, is that she says that at this time, in this pandemic, things are crazy, they're all over the place. So, hey, talk to your creditors. At least if you owe somebody money, even on your credit cards, reach out to them. And tell them, say, hey, we're in this situation. Can you help me out a little bit later? And they'll probably work with you on that, which is something I never would have thought to do in a million years, whether there's a pandemic or a meteor attack or alien invasion or anything else. And yet, she and her colleagues in the industry all say the same thing. And that was really, really interesting to me. And she goes on about ways to do that might be more effective and not. I mean, that was just fascinating to me.
Great, well done job, Greg. We appreciate your valuable time, and Karine, it's time for her to speak out and share her knowledge with the public, reach out to more potential clients. As well as educate people, right? Education is very important, and yes. Communication is always the key to any success, right? Mm-hmm. If you communicate with team members, with your partner, with your neighbor, right? The problem is when you don't communicate, right? Then you assume or you predict, or you know what I mean. So communications
you always
are great.
Get tripped up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if even if you owe a friend a favor, it's good to call him and say, hey, I owe a favor, do you need anything,
right.
The same way, right? You would want to do that. Okay. Business wise, we have here director of sales, Robert. Robert, tell us what's happening on the market. What are the latest requests? What are we building? What are we acquiring? How are we expanding? What's happening?
So we're getting a lot of phone calls from attorneys, dentists, people that do invisible aligners, and a lot of business that before the pandemic would not otherwise think about doing marketing or doing websites, they're now finding that they need this. This is something that is they're going to need moving forward, especially with the market being so volatile and not knowing if you're going to be able to open up your business or not. So they have to figure out new avenues of bringing in money. A lot of my clients that I'm getting over phone calls, they're requesting for websites, and now they're requesting for more information on SEO. When before it was me that was pushing the SEO envelope onto them. Now they're like, okay, I want to know about web design. Okay, but do you also offer SEO? And in those SEO services, do you offer video? Do you offer photography? Do you offer content? And these are things that clients normally didn't know in the past. These are things that I had to introduce them to, which means that our client base is changing. They're getting smarter, and I mean that's great for us as an online business, as a digital marketing agency. Now they're looking for our services. They're looking for our expertise in this field.
Great. Yeah, that's so true about this, and it's very important to understand, what's going on in the market. Awareness is there, right? Digital space have gained so much in this pandemic. I mean, this is the only gain that we basically got, like a real gain that advances. Other than that,
There's another small gain that I've noticed as well. People that before weren't prone to updating their websites, now I'm getting a lot of like, oh, I can't do marketing on Weebly. I can't do marketing on Squarespace. I can't do marketing on the, I can't remember the other website that they're using right now. But a lot of those websites that, you can make yourselves, they're not very good for marketing. And a lot of people are figuring that out now. So a lot of them are like, hey, can you switch me to Shopify? Can you switch me over to WordPress? Can you help me out in that avenue? So that's something new that's coming into our streamline now as well.
okay, great. Thank you, Robert. And now, what else is happening with inside the website Depot is we are basically we have announced a press release that went out this week. Greg, correct? We announced that we will be assisting clients and team members. Website Depot is focusing on breaking even at this point during the pandemic because we don't have many good news, right? So the good news is okay news, right? Just being and working. Right? And being occupied, that's already a good news. We could say, Greg. So what was more about this press release that we have published?
Well, I mean, it's just, yeah, to piggyback on what you said, it's more or less the idea that, the good news is we're surviving. The good news is that we continue working for our clients regardless of what's happening. I mean, it's easy to lose track of in the day-to-day, moment-to-moment stuff, but this is a global, world-changing event. I mean, the ripple effects from this will be felt for the rest of our lives, if not beyond. The fact that we're still going and providing uninterrupted service for our clients is a great thing in and of itself. The fact that we've been able to work for each other in a supportive capacity, that we're able to break even and keep going is, I mean, I hate to use the word, it's a real blessing. I mean, it's fantastic. It really is. And truthfully, we put the press release out just because we didn't want to get, in part, we didn't want people to give the idea like, oh man, we're just really doing, we're making these huge profits that we're keeping to ourselves during this tough time on everybody. No, we're in a compassionate, supportive time. We're working in a compassionate and supportive way.
Yes, we are. That's why we're extending 1 free hour of maintenance to our current clients or past clients, so they can update their websites with the new measures that they're taking with COVID-19. It's very important. You need to highlight that information for clients that are trying to purchase from you at this point, either online or at your physical location.
And it's not just that. You see, the other deeper thing that businesses right now have to figure it out is what is a break-even point gonna be, right? Like yesterday, I after speaking with so many business owners, I decided let me just walk the Edgewater Village from north to south, right? From Starbucks you know, from competitors all around to Starbucks and back to our office. And I think that businesses will have to change a little bit how they are structured, you know. There is too much real estate inside the retail establishment that won't be making money back, right? You won't be making money back per table as a restaurant business. Your rent is just too high. So commercial kitchens are now blowing, right? This is, I don't know, people aren't realizing, but people are building buildings with 24, 2 dozens of commercial kitchens that can basically feed over thousands of people per hour. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
Those are like a massive, that would just be a kitchen, you know, industrial for mass production, but you know, it won't be like a restaurant, big real estate on Beverly Hills Boulevard or something.
So that's like what, 12 restaurants working under one house for deliveries only?
It's basically, let's say if you have a restaurant and you're very popular on online platforms such as, let's say, for example, you know, Uber Eats, Postmates, or you know, whatever, Grubhub, whatever you want to call it. Basically, you can say, hey, you're a very good food in LA. You can rent out in Nevada, Las Vegas, or Phoenix, or Seattle. You can rent out this commercial kitchen. It's basically affordable to rent. It comes with stove, with everything, licensing, and you can start doing the Postmates and Grubhubs in another states, another cities. And you can
Oh,
scale it.
nice. I had not heard about that.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is a big news right now, but people don't see it yet, right? All of a sudden,
Right.
you see, just like McDonald's on every corner, you know, decades ago, you will see those, you know, Uber Eats on phone popping up. You know, you'll be like, man, this is such a good food. Well, where is this place? Let's go visit it. Oh, that's not actually a place. That's only a kitchen. You know what I mean? That's gonna happen. I mean,
I believe it.
You know, we just got a client this week for that's selling commercial kitchenware, commercial refrigerators and stuff like that. So it makes sense now why they're moving from like Weebly over to WordPress. They need to handle better marketing, and they need to handle the new inbound traffic. Because if they're doing this for commercial kitchens, that means that their industry is going to boom too.
okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, we should check them out. It's one is dukerusa.com and the other one is elitekitchen.us.
Wow.
That's very interesting, and I'm very, you know, appreciative to the business we're in, that we can like go with the time, we can learn the latest ins and outs, right? Like
Latest trends.
yeah. Specifically, like, you know, Zoom dating, right? Zoom dating is right now at a booming stages, right? You know, that you have, before you meet somebody today, you do like a Zoom dating, right? That's how you do it. That's how you start.
That's actually perfect.
I've been on a couple.
I could see how you could end the date right away without spending any money. Essentially, your date is feeding themselves and you're feeding yourself.
Well, I mean, I will say, as to be a little defensive, that I can see it surviving this just for the first date. The idea of sitting 2 hours in traffic to go meet somebody that you just met online. This is absolutely the kind of thing that you know, technology can do for us. Like, having been on a couple of them already, I can say that.
I'm not. You know what? I'm not dating. I have a girlfriend, but I just think that the concept of, if I were single, the concept of me not having to pay for somebody's date, like for somebody's food, and like I get to see how they interact with me before I invest any money. I love that idea. That's great. I used to date a lot. It was very expensive, very time consuming. That, you know, going out, buying, you know, the $600 suits, the shoes, it's a whole thing.
Robert, FYI, millions of people are dating on Zoom already. So
yeah, I know.
That's not idea anymore. That's a history. That's already, that's gonna be written in the text.
I'm hoping Danny ignored everything I just said. I like him talking about these millions and not me. That's very
one of our ex-employees or ex-coworkers is currently doing that because of COVID-19.
Mm.
So they specifically say, you know, things weren't going the way that they were supposed to be going, and I'm so happy that the Zoom meeting has that call to action, leave, that little button on the right screen that just says, I want to end this right now, and I just want to finish my dinner and go to sleep.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of news is happening. I know. All right, guys. So let's close this up
Sure.
for the rest of the the people that are listening, watching us. What's gonna happen in next week? We're gonna basically keep moving with the businesses that are winning right now, that are making money, so that we can support and keep as many jobs as we can. Unfortunately, economy is not picking up with the pace and speed that was been expected. There was a bad news. So let's focus on the good news that we have. And all those customers that are coming in, we're very thankful for them, and we can assure them that their money is spent well on a good resources, good team. Okay, everyone, have a good rest of the evening, a nice weekend,
Salud.
and we'll hear from each other next week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.